Welcome back to the Tony Hicks Morning Show. I'm Tony T here, ready to give out picks here from the NFL, NBA. Then we'll close it out here with the NHL, and I promise we'll get right to the picks right away. But first, we meet the Cappers, so let's say hello to them. Rod, what's going on?
Well, not too much, Tony. Some good games yesterday. Watching, definitely a little mad at the Canucks. Somebody asked in the comments, how come I'm not doing the Canuck dance? Well, they haven't been winning. How can you do the Canuck dance if they're not winning and getting excited about the Canucks game? Somebody's like, where's the return of the Canuck dance? I was like, wow, when they have a nice lead, 4-2, and then they just sit back and they lose 4 and they win 4-3 and don't cover the puck line. Yeah, there's nothing to dance about there. So that's the only one I was mad at yesterday. But other than that, a winning day. On to today, can't complain. Definitely some good action. Ooh, Vandy almost upset Texas.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Let's see.
So did. Give it to Mindy. Hey, it was close. They had a shot. And when Nebraska has a shot there to win it late, hey, that's all you can ask for as a dog of 25.
I was on it.
Yep.
I love that game a lot. I love Nebraska on a bounce back after getting embarrassed, especially with an NFL coach there on the sidelines there. We'll say hello to Jorge. Jorge, what's going on?
Not too much, man. It's the same old, just grinding away. Having some, I've had some bad luck losses, man. I mean, all the way down to the end, including at the Rebels, I had first half over 30.5. I was at the game, missed field goal. Otherwise I would have ended up like with a 4-1, 5-1 weekend. So, but otherwise all good, just grinding away. Lost my NBA game last night, but it's still winning day, and just want to keep it positive, to keep it flowing.
No doubt about that. Let's say hello to Mindy. Mindy, thank you to your Cornhuskers.
Hey,
yeah, they did
that's
it.
what I can do, right?
Covered. That's all we need to cover.
Huskers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's still one of those, they're close, right? Still not quite there. I still think Raiola's arm is kind of dead. If you notice, he threw nothing long yesterday. And whenever you throw around the line of scrimmage, that is not going to work for you. You can tell that from the very beginning, and they went out and did that on their final drive. So it's one of those, I think they're getting better and better. But yeah, it was a tough game, that's for sure. So hopefully we can get bowl eligible next week versus UCLA. Otherwise, it might come down to Iowa again,
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
I don't.
Yeah, don't throw into triple coverage. You don't want to throw into triple coverage. That doesn't work, especially against that speed in the secondary from Ohio State. We'll say hello to Ron.
Yep.
War Eagle, baby. We finally got one. Yes,
finally.
sir. Went into Kentucky and got the running game going. That's what we need to do. That's Auburn football. Play defense and run the ball. They have one of the best running backs in the nation. They got to utilize them, definitely. Nice 9-4 day in college football. 12-5 my last 7 days. So yeah, it's heating up college. Let's get to the pros today.
Absolutely. Ready for that? Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. I had a pretty good day yesterday in college football, half and half. NBA got me. My Mavs premium pick. I don't know what happened against the Suns. Typically they own the Suns, but I guess not last night. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. My Grizzlies won, so that was awesome. Wasn't a premium pick, just kind of something I did on there. And yeah, I don't know. Ole Miss, they didn't cover either. I had them. I thought they were going to do that too, but I guess we're just going to fade Ole Miss the rest of the season to cover and go the other direction. So yeah, coming off a pretty good day. Just dropped NBA last night. So.
Yep, and I split it as well. I split. I missed one. I'm kicking myself for not having the Aztecs. I knew they were getting better. I know Washington State is a team that's not the same here on the road, and they just got off a 3-point win there. That was the one that I really kicking myself over there. And of course, didn't get the over's got to come to die. If I had to root for the over, I bet the Dodgers had to go to extras with the Yankees. Is that Yankees just again not getting that clutch, not cutting the clutch hitting. And that's really what it comes down to. There's some weakness in that lineup at the bottom of the lineup. You saw what they had, in this high leverage spots. You saw who came up to bat in that ninth inning for the Yankees. It wasn't a lot of Yankee fans were very upset there. And it's just the luck of the draw. You had a rally, but you did not have your best up to the plate. That's what happened there. Jorge, your thoughts?
Name of the game.
Yep.
You kept me away from that from the Washington game because I liked Washington, the Cougars, and then after you broke it down, I was like, ooh, Wait, Tony was he gets this real adamant, when he really likes something because he can tell.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like he gets right. He's like, this and that and this and that, and he's like, I was like, oh, Tony's serious. I was like,
He's still rooting for the
I was
Pac
like,
2
yeah,
there. We got Oregon State.
and I was like, oh man, I was like, I gotta look at something again, and I looked again. I was like, yeah, nope, not
Well, the Raiders left LA, Tony. They're big.
I know that. They just missed my list today. Just missed by hair, whisker. They're the one I'm going to be upset about tomorrow. I should have been on, but we'll see. We're getting ready for the NFL now, guys. Let's get to the card. No buys this week, so we got 14 games on the Sunday. So let's knock it out. We'll start here with Titans, Lions, Ravens, Browns, Packers, Jaguars. Go to Rod.
And we're looking at the Titans taking the Lions here, and you look, it's Detroit by 11.5. I don't know if I like Detroit by 11.5. The problem is it's Tennessee. It's just that spot. As I said in the video, it's like Detroit is that much better than this Tennessee team. But covering an 11.5 point spread, I can see Detroit winning by 10 and not covering the 11.5 point spread there. I think that Tennessee's defense is solid. We're able to slow up that Detroit offense that we've seen scoring lots. But I think that defense on Tennessee is stout, and they slow it up enough that Tennessee gets the cover. I'm going to take Tennessee plus the 11.5 there in that one. And where else did you say? Jets, New England?
We're at Ravens, Browns, and then Jaguars, Packers.
Ravens, Browns. All right, Ravens, Browns. I'm gonna take the Browns plus the points in that one. 8.5 for the Ravens to cover. Nope, not gonna do it. It's just that spot that the Ravens have been. It's a sell spot on the Ravens. Short week after the Monday night game, and looked real good in that Monday night game. So everybody's going to be on Baltimore here. We see this Cleveland team. They're slowly starting to get healthy again. And an 8.5, I think it's just too many. Baltimore always plays down to their opponent and loves that defense. Just loves to keep the opponent hanging around in games. And I think they do here. I don't think Cleveland wins the game outright. They got a shot because we know Baltimore did lose to the Raiders earlier this season. Give me the Browns plus the 8.5 on that one.
Yeah, looks like no Seamus Jameis at quarterback here for the Browns. Here we go to Jorge.
I think that game will go over. The Ravens, since they lost McDonald, and just from the free agency market, that secondary gives up long bombs, and there's nobody. One thing Jameson has, he's one of the biggest per attempt pass. He throws the ball downfield as much as anyone in the quarterback. Quarterback has the last 2-3 years. I think it's like 10 yards an attempt, even though he's sitting on the bench. So when he come in, he's going to stretch it, and then that's where you can get to Baltimore. So I think it's and even though Cleveland's defense is getting healthier and it is getting better, I just think this will turn to a passing game sooner than not, and that's where both teams will be able to score some points. Tennessee's just awful, and they got Rudolph, and he's just awful. So I think it's just a matter of time. Your defense can be awesome, and they can play well, but they can only be on the field so long, especially in the NFL, man. Once you get over 30 minutes on there in college, it's a little bit better. And in the NFL, once you're over 30 minutes on the field, that's a problem. And I think that's against a team like Detroit is going to continue to run the ball and keep those guys on the field. That's going to be a long afternoon for that. So slight lean to the Lions covering that one against Tennessee. Plus, they just gutted their team. They got rid of their best receiver. Who do they got left? They got Rudolph, backup receivers. Henry's gone. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of reason for them to be motivated in the game, actually.
There we go from Jorge on over to Mindy.
I kind of tend to agree here. I'm going to go ahead and lean to the Titans as well with Rod. It's one of those games, it's going to be right on that number, right? I mean, that's kind of what it looks at. And when Goff gets into these positions where he has to go ahead and cover big points, he just does it. He's like 0-4 in his last 4, right? And then if I go ahead and go to that Ravens game, I think I'm going to go ahead and go under the total there. Has a lot more to do with what's been going on the efficiency side. I mean, the offense is like 16 for that Cleveland team, in a scale of 100 for me, that's best. There's not much going on. And how, backup quarterbacks have done for the Browns in the past, it's not been good. Like 15-19 against the spread. So I just kind of think that one there is going to go under that total. And then what was the last one there? Was it Green Bay?
Packers, Jags. Yeah.
Yeah, that one there, I'll probably just stick with Packers. I mean, they've been hot. Love likes to score touchdowns. That's what you need. A quarterback that likes to throw, likes to convert. So I'll go ahead and go with the Packers there today.
There from Mindy, move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with this Tennessee. You know, I said I'd never take them again, and I won't. So don't wait on that. But I think this line's really sharp. Like Mindy was saying, it's probably one of the biggest lines we've seen this year. And I think it's an 11-point game. I think at 11.5 is trying to trick you there. I think it might be a 28-17 game. The Titans really had it going. The defense plays well. I mean, it's one of the best defenses in the league. The problem is they kept fumbling the darn ball last week against Buffalo, and it just became a blowout after that. So you give them a short field, they're going to score. Obviously, Detroit's coming up that emotional victory against the Minnesota Vikings. Look for Tennessee to hang tough on that one. Baltimore and Cleveland, I'm taking over that line 45. It's way too low. We can get way over that thing. I don't want to side in that one because it's a divisional matchup. I think Baltimore has Pittsburgh on deck. So, yeah, it's divisional. There's no offense on this Browns side. I would probably lean Baltimore with the side, but, yeah. And then, of course, the Green Bay Packers. I agree with Mindy there. You got the Jaguars coming back from London. Yeah, I'm glad we have nobody overseas this morning, and then next week they're going to give them a doozy to see what the Carolina Panthers. So, yeah, yeah, Jeremy, you're going to love that one. So, anyway, give me the Packers minus the 4 there.
Yeah, from Ron, and move on over to Chris.
Yeah, the Titans, Lions. I did the video, did my free video on it. I'm going to go with it again, take the over. I just was looking at their 6 of their last 9 games against Tennessee, they went over. So I can see that happening there. Even if Detroit has to do the heavy lifting, Tennessee can contribute something, possibly. But then also looking at the Baltimore, Cleveland, I'm going to go with the Browns, like Rod said. 8.5 is just way too much for me. And then I had Green Bay Jacks over as well because they're 5-0 to the over after on the road after a home win. So, Green Bay may run it up on Jacks there.
There from Chris. I'll tell you what I think about this one. Yeah, I also like Tennessee and Detroit over 44.5. Another edge rusher out for Detroit. So that's Hutchinson and their second one. So both their starting edge rushers are out. I think this will give some advantage here to Tennessee's offense here, which has been lacking. But again, the Lions have just been so persistent at home here, running for 5 yards a carry, 75% completion rate, 8.6 yards per pass step. This offense is just on fire right now for Detroit. But the defense has been giving up a little bit too. Teams are running for over 5.5 yards a carry, completing 2/3 of their passes here against the Lions defense. We have 2 healthy offenses here, by the way, coming into this game. The Titans 4-1 to the over, facing these good offenses that average 350 yards per game or greater. Lions 15-7 to the over in their past 22 at home. I'll go over in that one. I'm going to take here Jacksonville plus the 4. We've got healthy offenses here on both sides. Here, we've just seen the offense for the Jaguars improve over their past 3 games. They're running the football. They're getting accurate passing from Lawrence. In this one, Green Bay has not been as accurate in the passing game on the road. It's just 56% completion rate. So I'll look here at Jacksonville taking that plus price, and I'm with the over 2 in that Baltimore and Cleveland game. Look at this offense here for this Ravens team. Even though it's a short week, I've got to look at them here, getting some points here on the board. I think Winston is definitely an upgrade over what they had at the position here. We're getting a little bit of run here from this Browns team of late over their past 3 games, running for over 4 yards a carry. The issue here with the Ravens has been their pass defense. They give up big plays in the passing game. That's what keeps teams in games against them. I think this is a game where maybe Winston he'll know in the film study. He's another guy who's grown up a bit here. He'll know in the film study that he can go deep on this Ravens team, and I think they'll get some big plays here. But don't have a side in this game because the line's too big. But I think we'll get over in that one, Ravens and the Browns. All right, let's continue here on the Toyota Sports Shot. We'll get to the question here about the Raiders game. We're going to get to the Raiders game a little later here. We'll keep them in order here. So let's get to the next game. To the next games here, we've got the Colts, Texans, Cardinals, Dolphins, Falcons, and Bucks. We get started with Rod.
Yeah, and to answer the question in the chat there that somebody says who's going to get their 6th win, I would say take the Lions out of that bunch that you gave me out of those 7 teams. Who gets to the 6th win first in that group? The Lions, of course. And I don't think Tennessee's going to upset the Lions at home here in this one, but I do think they keep it close. So to answer the question
Robert?
there from Robert, Lions get their 6th win in that group that you gave me. Not saying that none of those other ones, but the Lions are the I think survival. Yeah, if that's what you're looking for, I like the Lions in that survival pick of your group there. Definitely. All right, looking at the ones in this time slot here. You look at the Colts taking on Houston. I'm going to take the plus 4.5 here with the Colts. You look at what the Colts and Houston do most of the time. This comes down to who's got the ball last, and it's the Colts who always just hang around. I haven't liked what Richardson's done, but I think he's starting to get a little more comfortable. Colts are slowly starting to get a little more healthy, and 4.5 in this divisional battle. I'm going to take the 4.5 there in that one. I think it comes down to someone's kicking a field goal late there. And then you look at Arizona and the Dolphins, right? We're looking it's what's Tua going to do and how long does he stay in? That's your biggest question. All it's going to take is one little knock to the noggin and out he goes, right? It's that's brutal. What you have to look at. It's brutal, right? It's awful. It's like just seeing a QB in a bubble and the other side, Arizona's not going to. If they have a clear shot to him, they're going to hit him. It's like you're playing football. It's what's going to happen. It's a scary proposition to be betting on the Dolphins and be like, look, Tua's back. Woo! Look what we see, what they did he wasn't playing. So all of a sudden, one guy coming in is going to make a big difference. Should on offense, because we know he can move it when he's healthy. But when he's healthy, that's the big question. So give me Arizona plus the 4. I am not going to trust my Dolphins team to all of a sudden come out and rip it up. I think they do play a little better because they will get motivated.
Well, then take that hat off. You can't wear that hat today. If you're not going to go for your Dolphins, you can't go for your Dolphins.
Win and not cover. They can win and miss the cover. That's the idea. 3
They can win and not cover. Which can exactly happen. And then we got a coach that'll make you can just see it. It's in the fourth quarter. That coach is going to, McDaniels will be like, yeah. Here, let's do this. And all of a sudden we'll be like, what? What do you mean you're going to do that? That makes no sense.
I get it.
Doing that?
I get it. You know, Tua could turn into Tua could turn into Joe Flacco, just drop back and pass and get it out.
Get it out quick. He loves to hang on to it too long. I think so many times he's like, it's like, what are you doing?
And run around. Yeah. And it takes away his leg. It takes away
out. 1, 2, out. 1, 2, out. It's not.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah.
You can count to 2, right? I'm sure you can count to 2. 1, 2. Get rid of the ball.
Yeah, that's no doubt. On over to Jorge.
I don't think he's
Is that better?
Gotta grow the beard back.
It's growing.
It's growing.
So I'm on Miami, man. I mean, they got all the tools. They started to run the ball a little bit last week. They're healthy. They had a lot of injuries. It wasn't just Tua. The running game had some injuries. The 2 receivers been waiting for somebody to throw the ball. Cardinals are coming off, I don't know, I guess somewhat of a lucky win. They have no defense. They're not stopping the run. They played on Monday night. They got a lucky win. Now they got to go. Now they got to go from the dry weather to go play in the humidity. 1 day less rest. I throw all those things into there. They're going to be able to protect them. I don't see the Cardinals having some fierce pass rush, and he's going to get the ball out quick. I think the whole game plan is going to be a little bit more. Let's just get the ball into the receiver's hand and get some yards after catches instead of having him drop back there for 3 seconds and, like Ron says, try to throw a bomb. They're going to try to keep him healthy, and all you got to do is get the ball to the receiver. So I'll take Miami in that one. And then Houston, every time you think you shouldn't take him because there's some injuries or something, all Stroud does with no pub, no nothing, all that dude just does is keep winning. There's no rhyme or reason. He's not supposed to have offensive linemen. He doesn't have running backs. He doesn't have receivers, and he wins. So slight lean to the Texans there in that spot.
From Jorge on over to Mindy.
All right. Well, my favorite play of the day is that Cardinals game. I'll be all over them. I mean, look at what he's done in the past. So road dog Kyler Murray, 18-7. Dolphins, I don't know, what are they, 1-8 in their last 9? Like you said, McDaniel just finds ways to lose games. That's just kind of what goes on there, it seems. So I really like the Cardinals. I feel like, they're going to go after Tua. They're going to try to get him out of the game. It's just the way, the nature of the beast there. Like you said, it's football. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back on the Colts as well. In this divisional game, that's kind of what always happens. Colts hang around. Colts are in there. Colts are 10-1 on the road. Anthony Richardson, he's also a guy that loves to air it out, right? I mean, I think that's another thing that kind of scares me sometimes is that these teams that can really just go ahead and score so quickly. And he's one of those guys that have that big arm so he can go ahead and hit a guy like Pierce down there. So I feel like it could be one of those that the Colts may be down, but they can hang in there. And I think they go ahead and get the cover in this one. So I do like the Colts. And the last one I think was that Buccaneers game, right?
Falcons, Bucks, yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go on the fighting Kirk Cousins for sure. I mean, I think having Godwin gone is a really a big thing, right? I mean, he's to me more important on that field than someone like Evans. I think Evans, you can replace him with McMillan, but having a guy like Godwin that can cross, that can go ahead and get open, find those outlets, get those first downs, I think they're really gonna miss him. And the Falcons, whenever Kirk Cousins is around, he doesn't usually lose 2 in a row. He's 40-26, like after a loss. Cousins, he's already 3-0 straight up. So I'll be on him today.
There, quick note about McDaniels, guys. Remember, if there's a bully coach out there, he's a bully coach. He wins and covers against teams with losing records, and then when he goes and plays team with winning record, he craps the bet. Even as a favorite or as a dog, it doesn't matter. So let's see what happens with this bully trend.
Challenge.
That was always a knock on him, not being able to win against the top tier teams on over to run.
No, he sucks. Anyway, Rod could coach that team and give it to Tyreek and the freaking Wildcat, and they could win that game. I don't know what he's doing. He can't count. He can't coach. He's ridiculous. And there ain't no way. I see this line going the other way. It makes no sense to me. It's kind of like UCF. Where was that line going?
Yeah, that one.
Somebody tell me. Yeah, somebody tell me what was going on there.
It was because of those announcers on ESPN.
Sharps. That was a big sharp play right off the bat. The sharp play.
Everybody in the world was on.
It was everyone on TV was making that line go crazy because that was their best bet of the day.
Quarterback change? Come on, really? Yeah, same thing here. That's not going to help. I don't care. That's still the same coach. I'm taking Arizona in that one. Atlanta and Tampa Bay. We're getting into these type of the part of the season where you're seeing these rematches in division. And remember what Atlanta did to them on that Thursday night, way over the total. It's like 500 yards passing or something. Didn't Kurt have, Mindy?
Yeah, it was a bunch.
Ridiculous that night. But guess what? Tampa Bay at home, they're going to get it back. It's a revenge game. Give me the Bucks plus the points. And then I agree 100%. Here's another, revenge. Colts lost a very close one at home opening day. We're going to go stay in the division with the Colts getting the points. They always play each other very tough. And again, this is a rematch from earlier in the season.
I think the Colts have been one of the best teams against the spread this year. On over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go with the Colts as well. I mean, they've covered the spread 5-0 against conference opponents. So I think that's, like Ron said, it's a revenge game there too. And I'm taking the Bucks as a revenge game, but to fade that terrible overtime situation in Atlanta. And I live close to Atlanta, so hopefully nobody comes and finds me. But the Bucks are another one of my teams, so I'm definitely going to take them today just as a fate of Atlanta as a revenge game. I know Godwin's out. It sucks. And Mike Evans is out. But I think they still have some people they can go to. They can go to Drake. They've got some other people they can go to. But so I think the Bucks are going to do that. And then definitely going to take Arizona to cover the spread here. I don't know. I hope Tua doesn't get in too much trouble. And I don't trust Mike McDaniel. Terrible coach. So anyway, yeah, we're going to roll with Arizona to cover that one.
Yeah, I'm going to look at Arizona as well here, plus the points. Look at Arizona. They run the football over 5 yards to carry. They're getting accuracy at the quarterback position. We know the defense is the big issue here. Tua, what's the adjustments he's going to have to make? He's going to have to get in the pocket and get the ball out early. And we know Arizona has, but the biggest issues Arizona is their defensive linemen. About 3 of them on the IR, right? So the pass rush is really going to be a challenge here for this Arizona. That's why this did make my card, because it was the defense for Arizona. Because this was
Dolphins run for 150 yards.
Yeah, that's the thing here is that they're going to have to run the football. They're going to buy time for Tua. Against a better pass rush, I would probably be. This would have been if Arizona had a pass rush, I would probably be on them in the spot. But they have 3 defensive linemen on the IR, and this of course did show improvement. Some of those replacements can get up to starter quality.
They're pros.
Yeah, they're pros. They can coach them up. There's no doubt about that. We have seen that. We saw that that's why Houston covered. Well, Houston covered last week because mainly Green Bay's mistakes, right? That was one of the reasons why. But they kept them in the game. I would look here at this Arizona team here. Good cover team on the road. So I'll be on their spot here. On this one, Atlanta and the Tampa Bay. This is a tough one for me here, but man, when you look at the Bucs at home against these good offensive teams that average 5.65 yards per play or greater, they're just 1-7 of the spread at home. So they have really struggled against good offensive teams, and that's really what's going to put me on the Atlanta Falcons in that spot. In this one here, the healthiest unit coming in is the Falcons offense, 89.3 on the Chow ratings, and Atlanta's putting up some pretty good numbers on the road. And so looking at their road numbers, they've been pretty good enough for me to back them in the spot. Again, as we mentioned before, the Colts, I'm going to take them here. Houston 2-5 of the spread at home against the division. We're seeing the pass defense improve a bit here for this Colts team, and they're running for 4.8 yards a carry. The big weakness here for this Texans teams at home is they're giving up over 5 yards a carry on the ground at home. So I'll take the Colts in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show as we're ready for the next series of games. And the next one will be here. Let's see what we got at the slate here. Jets, Patriots, Eagles and Bengals, Bills and Seahawks. Who we going to start with, Rod?
Eagles and Bengals, eh? We got another tie game.
That's right.
They've had a couple over the last decade where they finished tie in this one. Definitely going to be a close, tight battle in that one. So for me, I like the under. It was a 48. I see it's come down to 47.5. I think we got a low scoring one. I think a lot of running the ball, one of those long drives, and that finishing field goals. I don't think this ends up in a shootout the way a lot of people are thinking in this one. Give me the under 48 in that one. It's down to 47. I still like it at 47.5. Like it better than 48. So find your number because I can still see a 48 out there in a couple books. So definitely find that one. And then Jets taking on New England. I'm just going to take New England just because I can't trust the Jets at all. I don't care what they do. It's just I know New England is beat up and they're still dealing with some injuries, but the Jets, even a healthy Jets, look awful. And Aaron Rodgers there. Rodgers is definitely not 100% himself. He hasn't practiced all week. He's dealing with an ankle. He's dealing with a shoulder. He's dealing with injuries. He's trying to work through these ones just because he's trying to stay in there. He doesn't want to give up on the team after missing last season, but it's looking like sometimes he might be a hindrance more than a help at times for this Jets. The defense playing out of their mind, and then the offense just does what the offense does, which is a whole lot of nothing. So give me the Patriots plus this 7. I'm going to hold my nose and hope we can get a backdoor cover there from the Patriots in that one.
You got to hold your nose on either side of this game.
Oh, that's awful, right? Yeah, I can't lay 7 with the Jets. Ooh.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh, that's Overhorn.
This is another big rivalry too, right? I mean, I don't think that the Jets have beat them twice in in the same year for quite some time. I don't have the exact stat in front of me, but it's been quite a few years. But bigger than that, they didn't stop the run. Their coach called them soft. Belichick jumped in and said it's not really a soft group, but they were definitely soft last game. So it's the first time the big coach has come back and said back anything. And he said, oh, it's all the same players. He really dug it in to these guys. And, they all love the coach. And if they all read that, they're going to be fired up, man. They're going to come in there. You're going to see a team covering on. They said they didn't stop the run. They didn't try to run. They didn't cover kicks. That's how you know if your team's soft or not on those type of plays. So you're going to see New England come in and play. And look, they got a quarterback. The rest of the guys didn't show up last week. May showed up. You know, and he's done nothing but
That's
show
true.
up every week. So, yeah, you know what? You know,
And Lazard is questionable, by the way, too. One of the
right,
targets.
I don't even
Lazard will
think
be
that
out.
matters. I mean,
I think he's
you know,
out.
Aaron comes over from Rogers comes over from Green Bay, had a stellar career, great numbers, looked good. Came into the Big Apple to want to be a prima donna and have things his way. And he hasn't had a quarterback rating over 91 since he was back in Green Bay prior to that whole time. Man, what a way to put a turd stain right on your career. You know, it's all going to be blamed on him. And, you know, they got rid of the coach. They brought in players for him, and they've produced nothing. So, this is really going to be, how bad is the stain going to be on Aaron Rodgers' career in this game, especially if they lose as a 7-point dog to the Patriots. But I'm on the Patriots here, being called out by both of their coaches to come out and play a big game. It's division rivalry.
Rivalry game from Jorge. On over to Mindy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree. I'm going to be on the Patriots as well. It's just one of these numbers are just so bad for the Jets. 20 points or less in their last 4 games, 2-7 in their last 9 against the spread, 2-5 straight up. I mean, like, they're just bad all over the place. I mean, I think the Jets defense is a little bit better. But other than that, I mean, they rank statistically right in there close. So yeah, I mean, when it's going to be a low score, Jets can't score more than 3 touchdowns. You're always going to keep another team in the game. So I like that. I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots, and then I have to sneeze, so I'm going to mute and stop. So hold on.
Hold on. We'll wait for Mindy here. So continue.
Achoo! Achoo!
Sure.
I hope I got it in time. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
All right.
Other than that, I like the Bills today. Whenever Allen goes over to the Pacific Northwest, he wins, right? He's 5-1 against spread in his career. I like what they've been doing. Offensively, Buffalo's great. Geno's numbers look good only because they always kind of have to play from behind. I mean, it's kind of like May. Yeah, May looks good because he plays from behind as well. Like, so it's these guys that puts up tons of yards trying to get back into the game. And then lastly, I know we got Joe Burrow. That's won like a million times versus the Eagles, but I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to take the Eagles here today. Eagles offense right now, they've been, I think they're doing enough to get it done, and they're the ones that are getting back healthy. Hopefully they got that offensive line that they got that squared away. I think they really missed having Kelsey in there at center. So I'm going to be on the Eagles.
Is there from Mindy on over to Ron?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with the Eagles on that one. They're just they just find a way to get going, and I don't trust Cincinnati. I just don't think they have that much of a running game, and they don't have something's just wrong with that team this year. And I think the line's telling you all they need to know. Take the Eagles in an outright on that one. Buffalo and Seattle, we got 96% chance of rain and wind up in Seattle today. Look for a strong running game from both teams. Not sure what's Walker's status. Anybody got the latest on him?
Healthy, last I knew.
Okay, all right. So yeah, Cook and Walker should run for days here. Look for an under in that one, and yeah, the Jets. Nope, not me. Not me. Again, we got a second meeting the year. The Jets, tore them up. I'd probably lean the Patriots if anything in that one.
Here we go. Then we hear the dog bark just when the Patriots went out there. We got that one on.
There's the dog.
Charlie's on the Patriots. There you go.
How'd that dog do yesterday?
He hasn't been on any dog the last couple of weeks, but first couple of weeks he went 3-0. So let's see what he does.
All right.
Let's see what he does today. On over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under in that Philly-Cincinnati game. Like Rod said, I think it could be just field goals and stuff like that. It's 47.5 where I'm looking at right now. I'm comfortable with that. Excuse me. As far as the Jets and the Patriots, not touching that one. I've had a lot of people ask me about it. Every time there's a stay away game, I just tell people I hope both teams have fun. Whatever. I don't want any part of that. And then the Buffalo, Seattle, I'm gonna take the Bills as well. I think it will be, like Ron said, a lot of running with the weather and everything, but I still see the Bills coming out on top of that one.
All right, see what do you think about these here? Yeah, I'm with Ron there on the Philadelphia Eagles here, plus the 2.5. To me, it's the pass defense that has been really struggling for this Bengals team at home. So I'll look for the Eagles here to get it done. The Eagles' numbers have been pretty good on the road. They're running the football for 5.5 yards to carry on the road, and they've been accurate throwing the football. Yeah, I'll have to look under in these games here. Patriots and Jets, both teams with dysfunctional offenses out here. We'll see how May does against this Jets defense. This will be something to see here. Good under there. Also under in that Bills and Seattle game. Rain and obviously rain and the wind in this one. Let's see here when we kind of look here at the Buffalo team. Just not really very efficient offensively on the road, averaging 6 yards per pass attempt. So it's not the same team on the road with this Buffalo team. And I look for this game for them to play on the run the football here. Really, with this weather situation, look under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we continue here with the games. Next up will be the Saints and Chargers, Bears and Commanders, Chiefs and the Raiders. We go on over to Rod.
And look at the Saints taking on the Chargers. And I'm going to take the over. You look at the Chargers. They get 5 field goals last game against Arizona. They definitely have been moving the ball. They just not been punching it in. So I think this is one of those games that turns around and they start punching some touchdowns in. New Orleans slowly starting to get healthy again. I think Olave's back for New Orleans in this one, and that's big for New Orleans getting some help on the offense side of things. I think they'll be able to move the ball and put up some points as well. So give me the over in the Saints and Chargers in that one. And then maybe we went Chicago and then
Commanders.
Bears Commanders.
Yep.
And the Raider game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at Vegas there. It's just that the Chiefs win this game, but these are one of these battles that always just seem to come down to the wire. Not over look what happened last season on Christmas. The Raiders won outright 20-14 in that one. It's just one of those things. They always tighten battle. Look, 30-29. I'm gonna take the Raiders here. It's just one of those spots. The Chiefs just not one of those teams that cover a whole lot of. It was a 10, and the Sharps moved it down to 9.5 in most books. Some spots are down to 9 in places. So it's the Chiefs not covering a whole lot of these big giant spreads. I think the Chiefs win the game. Don't get the cover in that one.
Go
from Rod on over to Jorge.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't bet the Raiders with counterfeit money. They're just bad right now. Another team, right? To get rid of their.
I'm gonna double it up then, since you told me that last time.
Okay,
you told me that last time on a team, and it didn't work. So I'm gonna double up. Give me the Raiders again.
I want to see that ticket doubled up. Yeah, ticket doubled up, Rod. They just get rid of Adams and the Chiefs, man. You looked at last year; they had to find the confidence in their receivers last year. They don't have to do that this year. They got Hunt back. He seems to appreciate his second chance after being gone from the team. So they're just solid, man. And when you talk about defense, it's not usually first word out of anybody's mouth, Kansas City, but it is. That's the reason why, they won their Super Bowls. Jones is a modern day Mean Joe Green. There's always 2 guys blocking that guy. There's never one guy blocking him. And when you have a defensive tackle like that, it's like a Warren Sapp type. Nothing you can do. I mean, you have to double up the lines, and that means it frees up someone on the other side. Overall, it's just I'm not going to be all over Kansas City in this one. I'm just leery of the Raiders. It's a backdoor cover division game, but I wouldn't run to the market. Just a small lean on that one. Just don't know what you're going to get out of the Raiders. I do love the quarterback. I think I'm an issue with can rally a team. He's a gamer. I don't think anybody thinks he's given up at any point in time, and he's been good on that. So backdoor cover is maybe a possibility for the Raiders, but I could also see Kansas City winning by 17, 24-7, and that's all that the Raiders can squeak out of it. But you know what? This is smelling like what everybody's saying, and I'm not going to jump all over it, but this is like that division, like I think Ron said, that division second week game. There's no rhyme or reason in some of these games, except they just lost to the other one. It's a little bit of revenge, and it's their important games, and they know each other. That's just the other thing too, right? When you know each other, you know the play sets, you know what they're running. It's only a couple plays in the game that make a difference. You know what I mean? So that's I think that's always an ex-player. One of my radio shows back in the day explained that. Hey, when you guys know each other, if you ever watch it, they have the highlights. The rest of the game, they knew what they were doing the whole game. He goes, that's why these division games are close. So I think we are going to see a lot of those this week.
Yeah, from Jorge, move on over to Mindy.
Well, I hate this Saints Chargers game. If anything, I'd probably just go under. That's how I'd see it. But yeah, I dislike that game a lot. And then when it comes to the Bears and the Commanders, I don't know if it matters who's playing, if it's officially Mariota or Daniels. When I swap them, what's that?
He's probable.
Okay, so when you swap those guys in and out, it didn't change the numbers there a whole lot. I'll just go ahead and take the over in that game. I think it's one where these two guys, if Daniels is in there, they want to, be the kind of macho who can go out and beat the other guy. So I think I'm looking for a lot of offense in that one. And it's the Chiefs. They're playing versus this Raiders team that has a 17% efficiency number on offense. So we're going to go ahead and go under the total. Chiefs like to go under. There's a big spread. It's going to be an under game. That's just how it goes with this Chiefs team. But I'm excited for DeAndre Hopkins. See what happens.
Let's see, indeed. On over to Ron.
Way to avoid that question. Hey, it's Chiefs all day. You guys are talking about, well, the Chiefs, it's always a close game. You better look at the Vegas and the Oakland. Oakland 28-10 in Oakland. That was the last time they were in Oakland. 31-13, 31-17, 48-11. The Chiefs win on the road in Oakland, LA, whatever the Raiders are playing. That's the Chiefs. Now we can get to Arrowhead. It's a different story. So, yeah, Chiefs all day long and twice today. Now, the Washington, you guys might remember some of the old school guys didn't determine the election right before the last home game for the Skins. So, I guess we're looking at, see if Washington wins today. It's the incumbent, right? Party. So
you had to pull the politics card, did you, Ron?
Hey,
you had.
Hey. I don't know if it worked with the previous name. I don't know about the Commanders, but
no, anyway. I do remember that. That's crazy.
You guys remember that, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But here's the good stat on that one. Chicago won as a outright dog over in Europe, and now they're coming home. Those teams actually coming back from Europe are 3-9 straight up. And if they are road, their next game, they're 0-7 straight up. Give me the Commanders. It's like, I agree with many. I don't care who's quarterbacking.
They moved it. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to take it. I think that line's probably moving as we speak too. I got it 2.5 earlier in the week. So yeah, happy with where I'm at on that one. And what was the other one? Oh, San Diego Superchargers. Yep. Give me the Chargers. The Saints are horrible. They can't keep anybody healthy. I think Olave may come back today is what they were saying, and Taysom Hill, but I don't think it's going to matter. Not with Spencer Rattler quarterback, and Harbaugh's probably gotten their tails this week after that brutal loss that me and Rod suffered Monday night in Arizona.
So most people suffer.
Yeah, give me the Chargers in that one.
From Ron over to Chris.
Excuse me. Let me see. 1 second. Sorry. So the Chargers Saints, I'm going to go over. Looks like they're over in the last 5 games when they play at home against New Orleans. As far as the Washington game, we're going to go over in that. They're 5-1 when playing at home against Chicago. And Kansas City, I would take the Raiders just to fade Kansas City because I just don't like Kansas City at all. But I'm not putting any money on that one. If anything, I'll tell you, I'll just give you a prop and do over Patrick Mahomes' interception to at least throw one. He's thrown one every game this season, at least one. I think the only one he hasn't was when they were in the bye week. So take Patrick,
picking on the hole.
It's catch
That's
for me
rough.
every single time for him to throw an interception.
Well, he's got more interceptions than touchdowns, so you're right.
They still win, but you just throw in
Bye
that little
week in
over 0.5 interception. Mahomes throws it, you cash, and you go on about your day. But yeah, either way, I mean, I know the Chiefs are probably going to win that one. I mean, it's just the way it is. But I would take the Raiders just to cover, just to fade Kansas City. But in the end, we all know Kansas City's probably going to win that one.
I don't know about that. Don't count out the Raiders. Don't count out the Raiders.
We're not going to lose that game. I'll wager the house on that.
How are the Chiefs?
Oh, wow.
How's the
Get your deed ready. Get your deed ready, Mindy. Get the deed ready.
How are the Chiefs off a double-digit road win? You tell me.
The Raiders are so bad.
I don't care.
It doesn't
How are the
matter.
Chiefs off? I know exactly. It doesn't matter. So everybody's dogs humping the Chiefs. Woo, give me the Chiefs. Woo, the Chiefs. They just beat the 49ers. Woo, woo, woo.
You're
If
camouflaging
it's anyone but the Raiders, I might say yes.
Exactly. They own the Raiders, Rod, especially in Las Vegas.
Like if it's the Chargers, I'd say, hey, the Chargers.
And there's something, by the way, I will add this because I'm not. This doesn't factor my capping, but I know there's been some talk about this. When the Raiders beat the Chiefs last year, the Chiefs got upset because of the over celebrating by the Raiders in that game. There's some stuff with the cigars. There's a little side story. There's a little side story to that, which I'm not really factoring in the handicap anyway. But
dude, I took on that Christmas day, I took every dog under and money line dog.
Yeah, but you know what Andy Reid said, Jorge? Andy Reid said that propelled the Chiefs. That loss propelled the Chiefs the rest of the season.
That's it. Thank you, Raiders. Gift card to the Raiders, gift basket for that one.
They've been making fun of Mahomes with that Kermit the Frog thing. Yeah, he's coming. He's coming.
There's a little underlying teeth there between these teams. I'm going to take the Saints plus 7. And again, the Chargers, how do you score? You can lay 7 on a team that can't find the end zone. That's to me. But also, too, the Saints are getting healthier on defense. That, to me, is the key in this one. When you look at the child numbers, they're getting healthier here. Guys are coming back in this one. Also, too, looking here at this Charger offense, just the run game is sputtered here at less than 3 yards a carry. And again, you can't put points on the Arizona defense. There's a lot of massive concern here. I'm going to go against all the trends here and take the Bears here minus the 1. You got it looks like Daniels will play, but with those rib issues, to me, it's the strength of this Bears defense here, and their offense have started to show some improvement here. We know the issue here with the Commanders' defense. The weakest unit on this field is the Commanders' defense in this one. So I'll look at the Bears in that spot. Also, we'll be going to be taking the points here with the Raiders in this spot. To me, it comes down to the fact there's just too many playmakers hurt for this KC team, and I think that's the issue here. Playing this big number here, we are getting a little bit of production from the Raiders at home. 4 yards a carry, 65% completion rate. I do agree here that Minshew gives them the better possibility of covering a game. Not sure if they're going to win. Over O'Connell is on the IR right now, so I'll look here at the Raiders to get the cover, but not the win. I got the Chiefs winning the game, but not covering. Someone asked me about that. No, I don't have the Raiders winning, but I have the Raiders covering this one, just like they covered here against the Rams. And maybe they'll get a late field goal. I know that means nothing.
Right? That usually
right?
field goal.
That's what they love to do. That they did that against the Rams and pissed everybody off, right? When they
Investigation.
Yes, they were upset with that. All right, let's close out the NFL with Panthers, Broncos, and your Sunday night game, Cowboys and 49ers. We've seen that one move to 5 now in this spot. We move on over to Rod.
Yeah, and looking at Carolina, just beat up, and then we're going backwards. They're not getting any better. So at that 11, I will lay it with Denver. They're just a better team in that one. Carolina's defense is just so beat up, offensively beat up. It's a mash unit there in Carolina. It's like the practice squad for Denver going against them this week. So if they don't win by at least 14 points, man, heads are going to roll. So I think this is one of those ones that Denver just rolls it up and just keeps piling it on. This is one of the here we go, the pile on game, and I think that's what it is. So just I'll lay it with Denver there on that one. And here comes the battle. If you're going to give me 5 with Dallas, I will take it. They got thoroughly embarrassed last time out by Detroit. And now you get the bye week and you get the rest advantage to come in. And then you look, no Deebo Samuels for the 49ers in this one. He's out. And that's a big key piece.
Yeah.
The 49ers beat up, man. Whew. Yeah. They didn't get any healthier after last week's Chiefs loss. They got even more injured and beat up. So for me, I don't get why that line moved to 5. It just what? Really? 5? Okay, I'll take the +5 with the Cowboys in that one, with a good shot that they sprinkle it and win it outright in that one.
Yeah, I heard someone said that McCarthy's been pretty good off the bye. I hadn't verified those numbers, but I heard that on another show. Over to Jorge.
Yeah, injuries are the key. I'm gonna steal your thunder on this one, Tony. I haven't seen a big disparity in Chow's numbers over at the sports injury. 20 points on injuries. Normally, if you're at 8, 9, 10, it's like he covers the spread. We have every once in a while we see him in the tweens. It's at a full-blown 20. It's mostly on the defensive side. Denver comes in with the best defense. You're leaving humidity to go play in the altitude. And if you don't got backups and your backups are the only ones that are playing, those guys are going to be gassed, man. And, just Denver, Peyton's doing a great job over there coaching this team. They're only getting better. Nick's is quietly, these rookie quarterbacks are playing pretty well, man. You haven't really heard a whole lot of pub outside of the big ones, but we're starting to see these rookie guys jump right into the mix and playing better. Nick's, of course, he's a little bit older, but he's playing well. He's winning games and managing, and that's all you got to do in the NFL. You don't have to be a superstar. So it's a big one, but I'll lay the points there just because the injuries. What's that?
Cowboys, 49ers.
Oh, that one. I'm sorry. Cowboys, 49ers, obviously on the injuries there. It's not just, they have everybody out. Multiple injuries on the offense. And one thing we're going to see over there, the quarterback can't just win the game by himself. I mean, and that's what this is going to come down to. All he's got pretty much Kittle left as a receiver.
He's questionable too. He's questionable.
Yeah, he is.
Questionable. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's questionable.
You got nobody then, so that's going to be a tough game. Might actually take that one under. I just don't think there'll be as much scoring as normally anticipated.
Yeah, from Jorge on over to Mindy.
I think I'll still go the other way. I think I'm still going to go ahead and take the over on the Cowboys 49ers game. I think there's just enough there for the 49ers to score some points. They're probably going to get out there with 17, 20, 21 themselves. And I think the Cowboys here can get it done. Dak 13-2, straight up 12-3 against the spread at night. I think they're going to go out and prove that they can go ahead and I think they're going to be a little bit smarter, right? I mean, gosh, the Cowboys offense has been so vanilla. I don't understand. Like, there's no crossing, there's no misdirection, there's no nothing. So hopefully after a bye, they can get some of that figured out. I mean, they have such great talent. Get Cook involved, get him to do something. We need something here. I'm expecting the Cowboys to maybe get it right a little bit. And then I agree. I think this is you still got to go with Denver. Carolina's just bad. And then you got Bryce Young out there. I think they're going to go ahead and eat him up on that defensive line. They're just going to go ahead and get after him over and over again. So I like Denver to cover the big number.
Yep. On over to Ron.
Yeah. So you look at there's a nice stat this year. Home favorites that are favored -6 or better are 3-16-1 against the spread. So, but do you trust the Saints? Do you trust Carolina? And do you trust Tennessee? That's what you have to ask yourself. And no, I don't really trust Carolina here. I think Bo Nix might have a really nice game today going against Bo played at Auburn with us, and he's seen Bryce Young right before he left. So, little Alabama-Auburn rivalry going there. So, I like Bo Nix to take that one. And the Cowboys, can they get a run game going? Because that's their problem. They can't run the ball. Is Dalvin Cook going to come in there and make them a running team?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, right? But here's the thing. And the Chiefs have this effect on some teams, and especially the 49ers. A couple of years ago when the Chiefs beat them 44-23 out in San Francisco, man, the 49ers went on a run. And I mean a run. Won 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Went straight up to like 9-3 after that. So I'm going to take the 49ers. I know the Cowboys are off that embarrassing loss at home against Detroit, but I'm going to take the 49ers at home. And I think this line's moving for that reason, even though all the injuries and whatever. I think, Rod showed me that Chow last week against the Chiefs, and it was all Chiefs, as far as the Chow ratings were concerned there. But yeah, I'm gonna take a shot with the 49ers here.
Yeah, from Ron, we go on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take Denver to cover. They're 5-3 in their last 8 against Carolina, and I just don't trust Carolina at all. And then the Dallas 49ers, I'm just going to go with the total. Like Mindy said, we're going to take the over. 49ers are 4-2 playing at home against Dallas. I know 49ers got some injuries going on, but the total's at 47. I mean, I'm going to take a shot with the over on that one.
There from Chris. Yeah, I'm going to be here with the Denver as well. Massive injury advantage here for this Broncos team. As Jorge said, alluded to about plus 20. Carolina, about the lowest injury rating I've seen all year, 65.6 on the child ratings. Their defensive unit, 60.8. That is very, very low. Looking here at the Denver rating of 86.1. So it's just a massive injury advantage here. And of course, we know the Panthers past 3 games get up 38 points a game. Young in there. They're like again, Broncos are running for 5.5 yards a carry. Their defense is playing well. I'll take them in that spot. The Cowboys and the 49ers, I'll look here at the Cowboys, mainly because they have a very healthy offense right now. Of all the 4 units on the field, Cowboys offense, a 92.1 injury score, although their defense is low. 49ers having struggles too. You look at their accuracy at the quarterback position over their past 3 games, and they're allowing almost 6 yards a carry on the ground over their past 3. The Cowboys' run game has been pretty good over this period, 3.5 yards per carry allowed. But getting points, and you have the healthiest unit being the Cowboys offense by far. I'll take them here plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Fix Morning Show as we'll turn our attention.
Hey, Ron, Tony, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and bounce off out of this one. I got to still work on some games.
All right, let's see what Jorge has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Added to a pretty good big Sunday of action. Of course, NBA. We got NFL up here on the board as well. Jorge enjoyed a great year this year of over 2,300 units. Probably what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Oh, I've got a total going on the game right now, but I'm going to have some packages up right behind it. It's man, we heard Charlie bark. I guess we're going to have to look at some of these division dogs. He's been quiet for about a month now, but I think he knows what's going on, maybe more than we do. So going to go out there and try to get some points this week and look at some totals.
That guy's going to go over at Tony's Picks. You see the great results over 2,300 units of profit. Long-term pass will save you quite a bit instead of buying the picks per pick basis here. And, of course, I'll break the late steam that's also available on all the long-term passes. And cappers can post plays between 10 minutes and 2 hours for game time. Those are emailed directly to your inbox that you use when you sign up for the service. And that's the light steam here feature on the long-term subscribers here at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you soon.
Everyone enjoy you guys. Good luck.
Good luck.
Bye.
All right, let's continue here on the Tony Sports Show. Let's go to this 5-game NBA card. Some afternoon action here. We'll start with Sixers and Pacers. Pacers laying 8. Pelicans and Blazers. Pelicans 6.5. Bucks and Nets. Bucks laying here some 9s. I see some very big lines here today. We're going to start it off here with Rock.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Bucks laying 9. A 9.5 in places. And give me the Nets plus the 9.5 there if you can't beat the Bulls. You're going to come and beat the Nets by a double digits. No chance. Give me the Nets plus the points there, and I'm not high on the Nets. But they've definitely been scrappy this first couple of games. As Tony says, they definitely want to increase their trade value to a good team and maybe get some back. So they've been playing pretty good. When people say that you're the bad and the worst, they definitely step up. The Bucks didn't look good against the Bulls in that one. So I'll take the 9.5 in that one. And then Philly's still without everybody. So give me the Pacers at home. Pacers after losing their last game. They got beat up by the Knicks in that one. The Knicks were like, hey, don't forget about us, man. We can still play bully ball, and we bullied you. So the Pacers, I think, in the spot, they're going to do the bullying of the 76ers, who are still missing. No Embiid, no Paul George. Both those guys are out still. So give me the Pacers by double digits of that one.
Yeah, for Mod, move on over to Mindy.
Let's go that the Pacers get back on track and help get over that total of 228. They've done that in the last 6 here with this matchup. I know there's some folks out. I get it. But I think we're still looking at a big game here. Same thing here with the Bucks and the Nets. I'm looking for that one to get over the total also. Last 8 have done so. So hoping for lots of scoring here today.
Yeah, from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, I think we got a couple get right spots here. Definitely the Pacers after getting blown out in New York the other night. So yeah, give me the Pacers, a nice bounce back at home, and I'm going to take the Bucks. I know it's a lot of points, but I think it's a great bounce back spot for Milwaukee here. Definitely after getting beaten by the Bulls, that's ridiculous. But like Rod said, hey, you can't beat the Bulls. Who are you going to beat? Well, they're going to beat the Nets. Nets are probably the worst team in the NBA, in my opinion. And I think we saw this game the other night, didn't we? New Orleans and Portland.
Yeah, that's one of those the first of the back
same
at home and
place.
home and home,
Yeah,
home and home. Yep, home and
or
stay
home
home.
and home and home and home.
Yeah, home and stay home.
Yeah, they squeaked it by last. I think they blow them out this time. Give me the Pelicans.
Else there from Ron. Move on over to Chris.
I'm going to take the over in the 76ers-Pacers game. I think with everybody on the 76ers being out as far as, Embiid and George and everything, I don't think there's any defense in this. I think it's just going to be the Pacers-style basketball where they're just going to run and gun, and this thing is going to get over the total quickly. And then as far as Bucks and the Nets, I don't know. Since it hit 9.5, I mean, I'd lean Bucks because the Nets are just not great. I think the Bucks win. I don't know. I may have, after listening to Ron, I may have talked myself into taking 9.5 of the Bucks. I just don't like the Nets at all.
All right.
Good. You want to know what the Bucks did to the bad teams last season? They went 8-23 ATS. Did the Bucks versus the bad teams last season? So when you're supposed to keep the crap out of the bad teams, when you're supposed to keep
this is where you say it's a new season. It's a new season.
Yeah. Okay, and we have already started off the season with an outright loss to the Bulls. So new season, still new Bucks. Don't cover nothing. Sorry, Bucks aren't a cover team. They don't cover anything.
Disinterested.
You can barely cover them with a blanket. They're awful. Yeah. They play down to their opponent.
132, 102. Here it comes.
There you go. So I'm looking for that. I'm going to look here at the Sixers here plus the 8. The threes aren't falling for Indiana. There's a couple teams that the threes aren't falling for Indiana and OKC, believe it or not. But one thing with this Sixers team, they do rebound, and they're strong on the glass, and I think that will give us a little bit of edge here to take them in this spot at plus the 8. Indiana just 20th in offensive efficiency to start the season. It is a young season, but they are giving up. They are giving up over almost 118 points per 100 possession on the other end, so you're not going to get much defense from the Pacers. But when the offense isn't hitting, that's a concern. Pelicans and the Trailblazers. I'm going to go under here. The second these teams know each other. They just played in the same building 2 days ago. But boy, the Pelicans are defending here, giving up 101 points per 100 possessions. But they're only shooting 44%. And man, this Portland Trailblazer team, they're just barely over 40% shooting. They can't hit. They're struggling on the field. So I'll look under in that one. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that one here. The Nets here plus 9.5. The Nets 21-17 of the spread at home last season, so they have covered. They do cover at home. The Bucks 4-9 to the spread on the road against losing teams. And what's happening here with the Bucks has been their defense. They got some old players. Damon's up there in age. They give up 116 points per 100 possessions. So to me, it's the defense that's been struggling for Milwaukee. The offense is coming through, but. Here with Brooklyn is a pretty good three-point shooting team, hitting 39% from beyond the arc. And as I said before, they're trying to build trade value for some of their starters here. So they're launching threes, and nothing will get you traded easier than someone that can make threes. That's what they're looking for. Teams are looking for. So if you're looking to sell, make sure these guys are getting open for threes, and you can get some value in return for a three-point shooter at the trade right before the trade deadline, or maybe sooner. Some of these teams are not waiting till the trade deadline because they have to compete with the more teams. Like Dallas made the right move, right? PJ Washington well before the trade deadline, right? We were touting that guy. Look for some good players on bad teams. They're the ones that these teams are targeting to make these trades. And don't be surprised if we start seeing trades around Christmas time because teams are learning now. Don't wait till the trade deadline because you're competing against too many teams. There's too many people in that market trying to pull on these players. It's like get them in early. All right, let's continue on. We'll close out the NBA with the Hawks, Thunder, and the Clippers, and boy, these Warriors. We'll start off here with Rod.
Yeah, and then looking at this one, where did Atlanta play their best ball? It was on the road last season, so they definitely they don't play well at home. They don't cover anything at home. But on the road, different story. And give me 9.5. I'll take 9.5 with Atlanta or OKC, as Tony mentioned. Their threes aren't falling so good. They are still OKC, but I think Atlanta can hang with it. I know Atlanta just doesn't play defense, so they'll have no problem getting into a track meet with OKC here and keep it close. So give me Atlanta plus the 9.5 in that one. And then look what the Clippers did. You're going to give me a 10? Clippers have been solid, surprising teams this season, even without Kawhi Leonard in there, playing solid defensive hoops. So give me the Clippers plus a 10 in that one.
There's some tense moving down to 9.5 now. So there's been some
9.5. Yeah. Quick, get on it.
Make a quick one on over to Mindy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with any of those angles there, Rod, at all. But I'm going to go ahead and root for lots of points today in the NBA. I'm going to hit the over total in both of these two games here as well. So, yeah, I'm looking for 76ers Pacers over, Bucks Nets over, Hawks Thunder over, Clippers Warriors over. I like lots of over games here today. But agree with Tony on that Trailblazer one. That's the only one I don't like to go over.
There we go from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, what the hell's with that Clippers logo, Tony? What is that? Is that like a ship? What is it? Right. New arena, new logo.
Yep.
Yeah. But I agree.
Compass? I don't know. What is this supposed to be?
Is it compass? I don't know. I was in the Navy. It didn't look like a compass to me. Anyway, no, I'm going to go with the Clippers here. I actually both dogs in those two late ones. The Hawks are definitely better on the road. Look for Trae Young and have a big game today. And, I'm going to go with the Clippers. I think that's too many points, obviously, with the, Golden State there. But, yeah, give me both dogs in that one. And I like that over in the Clippers and Warriors.
It's a Clipper. It's a ship.
It's a Clipper?
Ship.
It's a ship. Yeah, that's what I thought. It looked like some kind of a ship, yeah. So
it's a Clipper.
With a basketball kind of looking jive to it.
Well, we know the biggest harbor in the world is San Pedro out there, right, Ron?
Yeah.
I was stationed at Coronado Island there for a while, and definitely.
So
there's a ship that looks like a basketball in a
they came from San Diego.
You don't think of a ship when you're in LA, but there is that San Pedro Harbor. I think it's a long.
Basketball bottom, compass.
Yeah.
No doubt. They're included. The hull of the ship is in there. It says on the
whole. I think looks like a basketball, right?
Yeah. Seal Beach, Long Beach. You got some.
It even has the little topical navigational system on the ball thingy there, kind of mixed in around the Clipper. There's a diagram I can send in to give you.
There's a reason why when you're in the Orange County beaches, they look blue, but as you get closer and closer to the ports, the water starts to look brown. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's the sun.
That's why I hang out in OC. We go on over to Chris.
Looking at the over in the Clippers Warriors game, I think we're going to catch a lot of overs with this Warriors team this year. They're just killing the points. So we're going to take the over in that one. And then Hawks OKC, I'm taking the over in that one. I would lean the Hawks to cover. I think OKC wins it, but I don't think it's within the numbers. So definitely take over in both those. I think we'll see a lot of scoring in late night.
Scoring there here. I know I'm going to be looking at some dogs, but there is some rest disadvantage just to pop that in there. And maybe also in the number here, Atlanta. There is actually rest advantage with the Hawks because OKC played last night, but I'm going to be on the Hawks in this one. The Hawks are, believe it or not, playing some defense, holding teams at 41% shooting. I know it's only 2 games, but still, very rarely see the Hawks put together 2 in a row like this. And OKC is trying to get by on defense, but the cold shooting this year for the Thunder, 42%, 21% from 3. I don't think that's going to hold, right? I don't think it will. Maybe this is the point where it doesn't. But anyway, I'll take the 9 here with Atlanta. I'm going to be on this Clipper team. They played an afternoon game yesterday. And I will say just this here. There is rest advantage for the Warriors. They have a lot of depth. But remember, their wins did come against lottery teams. They beat the Jazz and the Trailblazers. We'll see what this Clippers team is. A lot of people were down on the Clippers, but I was one that said, wait a minute, they have some good pieces defensively. If you watch them play, they are really well coached. And these teams are bought into the system on defense. I mean, they are really playing hard defensively. They sit 4th in defensive efficiency. It seems to me that's the functioning unit right now for this Clipper team. And, these guys, Terrence Mann and Norman Powell, they're not really household names because they were bench players, but they're pretty much underrated offensive players. If you look at the box scores, you know that Norman Powell was put 20 a game from the bench. And these guys are capable of getting offense, and they'll contribute with defense, because if you're a bench guy, you're going to have to play defense if you're going to get minutes. So we're starting to see some bench players that are into the starting lineup. And, I'll take them in this spot here against the Warriors. All right, let's continue here on the 26th Morning Show as we go from the hardwood to the ice. And we'll knock them out here in one spot here tonight. On the ice, we got Oilers, Red Wings, Canadiens, Flyers, the Ducks and Devils, Senators, and Avs. We started off with Rod.
Yeah, and you look. I like the over between the Montreal and the Flyers. Should be Fedotov in the goal for the Flyers, and Montreal should be starting Primo, and Primo's good for a few himself. Fedotov's been giving up 4 or 5 goals a game, so give me the over. Look at it, it's up to 6.5. See those totals in Flyers games. Give me the over 6.5 on that one. And then the Ducks, tough spot here in the back-to-back, but give me the Ducks anyways. I don't trust this Devils team. Look at what they've been doing. They've been getting beat down, has this Devils team. Look, they've, lost 4 straight games, and not even good. There's the Devils defense we've seen last year. I think they're worse than what they were last year, giving up 6 goals, 8 goals, 5 goals, 4 goals. You can give up 5 to the likes of Detroit, you in trouble. And then you give up 4 to the Islanders, you could lose to the Ducks very easily here. I'm not laying that kind of price with the Devils. Oof. Give me the Ducks. All the values on the Ducks in that one. What was the other one there we're looking at? What's the late one? Yeah, and you look what Ottawa just did with Vegas. There's that tough spot when you have to go play Vegas, and now you have to go play Colorado. Oof. Give me the over. We know what Colorado's done defensively as well. They have turned it around a little bit lately, but I don't trust either of those 2 sides right there in that one. Look what Ottawa. That last game was just ugly. Give me the over 6.5 there. I'm going to lean to the Avs to continue to roll. I believe the Avs have won 4 straight. They are playing the better hockey too.
Yeah, from Rod, we move on over to Mindy.
All right, Oilers, Red Wings. I'm going to go under that total. They've gone in under their last 11 road games, have the Oilers. Next up, we got the Ducks and Devils. Same way. I'm going to go ahead and look under the 6.5 in that one. I still do always feel like the Devils don't play well at home. Canadiens, Flyers, going to go over the total. I think they're 9-0 to the over in their last 9. Good mathing skills by me. Average or the Avalanche and the Senators. We're going to go ahead and go over each of these teams. Average 8 goals here. I think their last 6 has gone over. Lots of big overs there today.
Yeah, from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, Montreal and the Flyers. I'm wearing Flyers hat, right? Fedotov, big old Andre the Giant, 6'7", sitting in the net, just letting them by. I don't know how you let them by. How did you 6'7"?
Yeah, like this
how do you let them by? But Rod's right. This is an over all day long and twice on Sunday. Definitely there. Anaheim, Jersey. Man, Jersey was 9-32 against the puck line at home last year, and they're 1-4 starting this year. You got Anaheim 3-1 on the puck line on the road. Give me Anaheim definitely there. And I can't trust the Avalanche still. I know they're streaking a little bit, Rod, but 0-4 on the puck line at home. Give me Ottawa +1.5.
There you go. I don't, Chris. I don't know you handicap hockey. Nashville's not. No,
Just listen to Rod.
Nashville's not in action. Nashville's not in action today. So there we go. When I told Rod when you're
Mills.
Yeah, he's probable, Mills. Yeah, he's probable. And leaning toward playing is what I heard some of the last results. Hey, I told Rod, when you're 6'7", you got to stay on your feet. You can't
drop down.
You can't drop
He's
down.
just not ready for the NHL.
Least,
Me and Rod were talking about it the other day.
It's too hard for a 6'7" guy to get back.
He'll get there. He'll get there.
He'll
get there. But you can't give up 5 goals a game. This is getting ridiculous.
No.
So definitely the over there.
There we go. All right, we got you through the sports. Now let's dive for our parlay peripheral segment, and we'll start with Rod.
And for me, I'm going to go with I'm going to key in on this Green Bay game. I'm going to take Jacobs over 2 touchdowns today at a nice +425. And then for some reason, I'm looking in the books. Books telling you Love's going to have a good day because they have his over touchdown prop at over 2.5 touchdowns thrown. I can't find anything. The 1.5, you can find it, but is it ever juiced? So there's another one. I'm going to take Love over 2.5 touchdowns tossed today. It's only a plus 145, so the book's telling you someone's having a big game today, and then be love, spreading the love. Give me the over as well in that one.
From Rod on over to Mindy.
So Rod, guess who else is having a big day today? Travis Kelce. That's who's having a big day today. He's getting his touchdown today. Take him over receptions. Take him over yards. He's getting it done today. Touchdown, Travis Kelce.
From Mindy on over.
Nope, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, last Sunday I gave you a little Serie A soccer. I'm going to give you another one today. Take Juventus, draw no bet. You're getting plus 280 on that one. Take the Green Bay Packers on the money line, and you're going to take the Clippers plus the 10.
And from Ron on over to Chris.
I'm going to give you anytime touchdown on Drake London. I think with everybody being out on the Bucks, Baker Mayfield's going to have to throw it to somebody. So I think Drake London's going to get a touchdown today. We go David Montgomery anytime, but you're going to get better odds with the him being the first touchdown scorer. He's hit that at a 60% clip of 3 of his last 5 times. And then, like I said before, we're going to do an interception one as well with Mahomes over his interception and Mason Rudolph over his interception, as Detroit is 8th in defensive interceptions. So just like to parlay those interceptions up together. I think both of them turn the ball over, and then those 2 turn touchdowns. So.
All right, I'll give it a 3-teamer. Just to let you know here, this Raider-Chief game this time is moving here. Chiefs now 8.5 in some spots. There's some 9s up there, so that one is big mover right now.
Win by 10.
Chiefs and Raiders is a good by 10.
That's right.
There you go. I'm going to go Cardinals here with the Raiders as well as with the Hawks is my 3-team parlay. All right, let's see what the cappers have for sale at TonySpix.com. A big Sunday here of action from the NFL, NBA, head into a big week of action. Rod, what do you got for sale over at TonySpix.com? As of course, Rod has put together a really good year of numbers here. You see it now up to 1,900 units of profit. What do you got for sale at TonySpix?
And over at Tony's Picks, I got a nice little 5-pack. It's NFL Sunday, so we've been on a nice little run, 30-18 over the last month in the NFL. So jump aboard. I've got my NFL Sunday ticket. Includes 5 plays in today's NFL action. And my top play of the day is included in that NFL Sunday ticket. So scoop up the NFL Sunday ticket, and let's continue to crush the books. I've got one hockey play. I just got to get it up into a package. It's in there for long-term subscribers. So definitely that's the way to go. Jump aboard long-term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. And as you can see, continue to crush the books and put money in our pockets this year. So jump aboard. It's another big Sunday.
That's right. We're with Rod. A big Sunday coming up from Rod over at TonySpix.com. We'll take a look at here at Mindy, who's having a great year in the NFL this year. Hitting 964 units of profit. Mindy, what do you got for sale?
Yeah, we're looking to stay hot in the NFL. That is for sure. So a big day. I have 10 picks locked and loaded there in the system, 7 totals. So if you like to play along on the total side, go ahead and hit me up there at TonySpix.com. Select one of those pick packages. Also have 3 of them loaded for you in the late slate. So if you have already crushed the books there in the first half, I got you covered for the late games. So make sure you go ahead and pick that one up. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout.
That's right. I'll save you that 20% off. Get on board with Mindy over at TonySpix.com. We'll take a look at Ron, who's been looking at Ron here the last 7 days, been red hot. 510 units of profit. What do you have for sale at TonySpix?
Yeah, last weekend, a nice 4-1 for NFL. And today I got a goal line stand. That's a 3-pack with my best bet inside there. Or you get my best bet on the side there if you want that one. Look for a couple NBA and NHL best bets as well. So grab you a package and let's make some money.
Make some money there with Ron. Really great results here from Ron here over the past 7 days. We're going to take a look over at Chris. Been great work here past week here in the NFL. Chris, what do you got for sale at TonySpix?
Today I've got an NBA best bet for one of the games on the board, and then I've got an NFL best bet right now for the early game. I will be putting in a 3-pack for the late games here directly, so you can grab that up there. And then, of course, with baseball back there tomorrow, I'm going to have an MLB best bet, the whole World Series, for as long as that lasts. But, yeah, I'll have a 3-pack here loaded up here soon for the later games tonight.
So you guys get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. Great results here. As you can see, guys, I'll have a 3-pack on the board right now in the NFL. Number 2 documented in the NFL this year. I also have a best bet on the board for premium see it from the NFL. Get on board with me. Remember that long-term pass will get you covered here. Give that 3-day pass, get you covered here for the plays on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, because we will have World Series Monday and Tuesday. Lots of NBA there as well. Remember the promo code TonyT at checkout will save you that 15% off. And remember, any of the long-term passes will cover also any late steam that the cappers release. We do allow our cappers to post plays between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those plays will be emailed directly to your email box that used the email used when you sign on to the service. Now, your regular members plays are in there by 11 a.m. Eastern time. This is just the extra bonus you get by becoming a long-term subscriber. All right, before we roll this, find out what the cappers have over at the Tony Fix YouTube channel. What's coming up today and coming up for this week, Rod?
More hockey, and definitely coming up this week. But keep a lookout. We'll do the college rundown show. We'll do next week's NFL show. Lots of hockey coverage there as well, and definitely I'll throw another parlay here and there if the schedules allow it. It's tough to make a parlay when you only got 5 teams going in games. It's really tough to find a 3-teamer in those. Jimmy Canucks cost us the parlay yesterday. They had 4-3. It's one of those. So again, somebody says, "How come you're not dancing with the Canucks?" Because they're pissing me off. That's why.
Right.
But definitely got you covered all the hockey. Definitely check it out all week. It's a loaded card. We got 8 games tomorrow on a Monday, so definitely the hockey's not taking a break because it's Monday.
That's right. Andy, what can we find for you here coming up this today and this week on the Tony YouTube channel? We also find you on the site in written form as well.
That's right. So if you want to do my deep dive for today, you can check out my article on that Kansas City Chiefs game that we've been talking about so much here today. So it should be a fun game. Can't wait. You can also go ahead and find a video out tomorrow then for Monday Night Football. Yes, I love the shows that we do on Thursday. We record the NFL and college football show. So those are a lot of fun. So make sure you check those out. I'm working on my NHL video, so I can go ahead and give you my data analytics, my statistical best plays on every single game. So that one there should be out soon. I'm getting there. Almost done.
That's right. And Ron, what can we find from you over at Tony's Big YouTube channel?
Yeah, of course, the NFL rundown and the college rundown we do every Thursday, so don't forget about that. And I've been throwing some NHL and college and pro football videos out there as well. And once NBA gets cooking, I'll have some NBA definitely out there for you.
And then, of course, Chris, what can we find from you over at Tony's Big YouTube channel this today and come up for the week?
Today I've got a NBA and NFL pick video on there, and then I'll have NBA typically every day. Like I said before, that's my favorite thing, so we're going to do that. I'm also working up on how to do a prop video right now, try to get that situated, so I'll have one of those. Give you about 3 or 4 props in the NBA every day, and as long as baseball's here, don't know if it's going to be 2 more games with these Dodgers or if it's going to string out a little bit longer. I'll be doing an MLB video as well.
Yep. So, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. A lot of content produced by our cappers here at Tony's Big YouTube channel. Remember, if you ever miss a live show, it's immediately archived here on the live section over on our YouTube channel. And, of course, also visit the site because our cappers are contributing with written articles. You find many there on the site as well. All right. Before we close out, any closing thoughts from anybody?
Don't put the Bucks on the money line. Minus 400. Don't put the Bucks on the money line.
Careful with the Bucks.
That's a 4-bet loss when you bet teams at minus 400s, minus 600s. I'm telling you,
write down the score, Rod. 132 to 102. Write that down for me.
He's got it. He's got him in a blowout.
Why is the line dropping? Why is the Bucks? Why is the Bucks money line dropping? You can get minus 300 something. It's like
remember 9.5 equals an 18-point blowout.
There we go. All right, guys.
9.5 equals the outright loss. It was last time. They were 9.5-point favorite, and they outright lost to the Bulls.
Same system that gave me the Heat last night. So
there we go, guys.
Same system gave me 8-23 ATS for the Bucks last season against the bad teams.
This is the best. Keep it up, you guys. Let's go. I love it.
All right. I think we're going to take this conversation will go offline here, guys. I'm going to do it. We're going to get by, guys, because the language will change. Have a great night. We'll catch you again tomorrow here on the Tony Mix Morning Show. You guys keep talking because I got to go to the gym and get a